So, Dan, we've talked about some of the problems already. What can a principal do to create the right environment to attract the right type of property manager for them?
I think that's a really good question, Malcolm. That's the key, is that we have to create a good environment where good people want to work in. An environment that's fit for human habitation. But one of the important things to understand is that good property managers are more savvy these days. They have a choice whether they want to work for a good agent.
Yes.
And if they feel, one, that their principal doesn't care, that is focused on sales, that treats the property management department as second or third best, they'll pick up on that very quickly.
The 60-second principle.
The 60-second principle. They'll see that the principal doesn't want to resource, doesn't want to put in training, doesn't want to put in policies, procedures, all the things that need to be structured properly. And they'll see that there's a lack of care there, and they'll say, I don't want to work for this person anymore, because they know they pour the whole heart and soul into the job, and that's the type of business that they will move away from, looking for one that will give them what they want. So what are some of the things that they do want? Well, they do want to work in a department that has policies, procedures, structure, control. It does have good incentives and bonuses in place that's going to reward them for their work, and maybe not just getting new business, but a more holistic approach across the entire business. Now, I'm not here to talk about some good bonus structures to have in place, because that's not what we're doing today. But there's other things too, on having regular team meetings maybe away from the office, having the odd dinner out at hotels, things to show them that they are appreciated. There are other offices also that have massage service for the property managers. I think, Malcolm, you're telling me about something like that.
Yes, we've organised for the people to come in and do the back and the neck massage for our staff, and it goes down very well. I must say, the tension between, I suppose, the neck and the shoulder muscles, answering phone calls and dealing with those wonderful tenants and those wonderful landlords, have the fingers working through there. It's worth every single cent, and the girls love it. They just love it.
I think it's a really valid point that property managers just need to be looked after. They don't want anything over the top, but the most important thing, Malcolm, is that the principal has to care and show a genuine interest in the health and vitality of his property managing department. Now, a good property manager doesn't necessarily want a principal that's done property management before. That would certainly be great, because they would understand a lot more, but simply they see the department as important. And so when that comes through, the leader is keenly involved in his department, the head's connected to the body, the body that has life in it. This is the staff that attracts good staff to, and who a property manager will stand on their head for and dedicate their whole being into that rental department and give it their best shot when it is very difficult out there in property management dynamics.
It's a very interesting point that you make with that about looking after property management. You don't have to go outside and create the whole new wheel. It's just a little bit of attention, as opposed to, and you would have come across this as well in your training, is that some property managers feel like they're chained to their desk, literally, and just for 7 hours a day just banging on the phone and answering questions and basically being slapped around the head, by telephone means. And so the nicest little things, like you say, the meeting outside the office, I think, is a great one too.
Yeah, for sure. But again, it just comes down to that they just simply get looked after, and property management is seen as just as important as the sales department.